your WWE champion and the best professional wrestler in the world.
I do not recall. I'm sorry, I feel like Ollie North sitting up here. That really dates me as to how old I am. There it is. That's my weird, obscure reference for the day. Woo! Hi, how's everybody doing?
So first up, welcome to Wizard World here, champ, and how's it feel to be back in Philly?
It feels pretty awesome, actually. This blows my mind. I've seen all of you multiple times today. Probably a lot of you already know the first job I ever had in my life was at a comic shop. I was 14, and I would get bribed to take out the garbage and stuff that the lazy guy behind the counter didn't want to do, and he would give me comics and stuff like that. So it's cool to meet, you know, the people running it, because I remember the day Wizard first came out. So it kind of blows my mind that now I'm here, and you know, all you have come to see me, and I got to see Stan Lee and meet Thor. It's wild. It's cool that it's in Philly too. You know, I used to live here, and the place is sort of like my third home. I have a lot of homes, so it's cool to be back.
Welcome home.
Thank you.
Submitted some questions on Facebook and Twitter, so we got a couple of them here that should update us.
I hope they're good. I want to start off by saying my company and the way they do things, they had all these questions like written out that they wanted people to ask. Like it was a bunch of, pardon the French, but it was a bunch of phony bullshit. I don't want to waste anybody's time. If anybody out there actually has, like, really, I'm hoping there's going to be some intelligent conversation.
Yes!
Yes! I imagine that intelligent conversation at a Comic-Con involving pro wrestling is probably few and far between. We're going to give it our best shot. So if we have, are these legit? Are these legitimate?
These are actually legit. These aren't just BS.
All right, I'm just making sure. And never mind me. I'm just going to take pictures of all of you because you all took pictures of me today. We'll start this shindig.
Well, first question up here is how'd you get started wrestling at the Murphy Rec Center on 4th Street in South Philly?
How I got started. Basically, I got a phone call. I used to work at Underwriters Laboratory north of Chicago. It was a real job. Like I had benefits and all kinds of fun stuff. But I did not. The job was strictly to support my wrestling habit. I would show up late. I would leave early. I wouldn't show up on Fridays. Sometimes I wouldn't show up on Wednesdays because I'd be wrestling for Ian Roth down in Charleston, North Carolina, or Indiana. And you know, Ring of Honor was like the place to be. And I remember when they first started, they had Eddie on their show, and Cabana and I and Dave Prazak actually got booked by Blue Meanie at the ECW Arena. I was what I always called a gunslinger. I worked for whoever, for whatever, wherever. And that didn't make me a lot of friends. I remember a lot of people were, you know, I never understood working for just like one company. I was an independent pro wrestler. I wanted to work everywhere and get as much experience as I possibly could. And I remember working for Meanie, and you know, I mean, he wasn't paying us a lot. We drove 15 hours from Chicago, and down the street, Meanie's show was the same show as ROH show, and Gabe had already booked me and Cabana, but we weren't working that show. We were working the Blue Meanie show, and Meanie asked us. He said, "Please don't go work there, please." And that made me so uncomfortable. I didn't understand that. I was like, you know, you're not paying me millions of dollars. There's no exclusivity here. Like, I'm gonna walk down the street right now And Cabana was like, oh, come on, we can't, let's not piss off Meanie, let's not do this. I was like, no, it'll be cool. We were already booked for Ring of Honor, but we weren't booked on that show. So we worked Meanie's show, and then I grabbed Cabana by the scruff, and we literally walked down the street, and I walked in, and, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. And Gabe was like, wow, what are you guys doing here? And I was like, oh, we're done working already, so I thought I'd come check the place out. Can I go cut a promo? And if anybody's ever seen that, I walked out and I think I said, hey, I heard there's wrestling back in Philadelphia. And, I had Cabana with me, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Woo!
Philly compared to other wrestling towns. Obviously, it's no secret that Philly fans are very, very passionate. Not just the wrestling fans, but you guys love the Phillies for some reason.
Yeah!
Actually, that wasn't. It was going to be for some reason you like the Eagles. I get the Phillies. The Eagles I don't get.
Right.
So extremely passionate fans. Philly was always the town. I think they were one of the first that would just cheer the bad guys. You guys like who you like, and you turned the Midnight Express babyface, which is pretty funny. Obviously New York, Philly, and Chicago to me are the three real cities that are left that are extremely passionate about wrestling. There's a lot of places that have a lot of history, but the fans are gone. They're not the same fans. So, it's a generational thing. But Philly and New York and Chicago, they always seem to have their roots firmly planted. Like, they remember stuff. They respect the past. So Philly's right up there.
Woo! Yeah!
Hey! You guys don't have to clap after
So what advice would you give anyone who aspires to be a professional wrestler?
The advice I give to anybody aspiring to be a pro wrestler is the advice I give to anybody aspiring to be whatever you want. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it. If you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a baseball player, if you want to be a comic book artist, if you want to be a pro wrestler, if you want to fly an airplane, if you want to dig a ditch, if that's what you want to do, find what you love to do in this world, do it for a living. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. But if you're going to get into the pro wrestling business, it's not easy, and you have to love it. The travel's brutal, but if you do love it like I love it, you'll have the best time of your life. It doesn't matter. You can be in the worst situations and still try to find the positive about it. It's pretty wild business.
So to date, who's been your favorite opponent to face?
This is an easy question, believe it or not. Rey Mysterio. And I'm not sure, I've wrestled Rey, I don't know how many times, I've wrestled him, I've been a good guy, I've been a bad guy, and there's just, there's a unique chemistry. And I think Rey has great chemistry with a lot of people. I think me and him, for some reason, just bring out the best of each other.
You mentioned on Twitter that you're working on a DVD.
Yes.
How's that coming along, and when do you expect it out?
The DVD is coming along fantastically. What'd you say, Karen? Karen's sort of in charge of it. Where are those pictures at? You got those pictures? They're safe? Yeah, bust them out here. I went through,
on Blu-ray.
And I dug out a bunch of old pictures of me. And it's funny because I think people are embarrassed of where I came, or they think that I'm embarrassed. But this DVD is something else. It's 100% honesty. I don't know if you can see this. This is here's your Philly Wizard World exclusive. I don't even know how old I am here. I have to be 15, 16. I'm straight up fresh from wrestling in the backyard in this picture. It's gonna be awesome. There's a ton of good stuff. There's some. There you go. Before John Cena was wearing a chain in 1999, I was wrestling in West Dallas, Wisconsin for Mid-America Wrestling, and I was wearing a chain because it was punk rock before it was Thugonomics. Yeah, I mean, and then there's this really, you guys can't see any of these. I don't know why I'm showing you this. This is really cute picture of me in Colt Cabana where I'm not wearing my Cubs hat and I'm wearing a Canadians hockey hat. Oh. Hey, Patrick Waugh was my guy. Suck it.